Welcome to History Explained, where we illuminate the past to better understand our present. I'm your guide to your daily journey through the past to empower the future. Today is Monday, May 26, 2025. As we do every Monday, we're exploring the significant events that occurred on this date throughout history. May 26th has witnessed remarkable moments across centuries, from political transformations to technological breakthroughs, from military turning points to cultural milestones. Today's journey will reveal how this single calendar date connects diverse historical threads across continents and eras. So let's begin our exploration of May 26th throughout history, uncovering how this day has repeatedly emerged as a moment of consequence in our collective past. Medieval and Renaissance period. Our journey begins in the Renaissance period, on May 26, 1521, when the Edict of Worms was formally issued by Emperor Charles V following Martin Luther's appearance at the Diet of Worms. This imperial decree declared Luther an outlaw and a heretic and banned his writings throughout the Holy Roman Empire. Despite this condemnation, Luther's ideas continued to spread, fueling the Protestant Reformation that would permanently transform the religious landscape of Europe and shape the modern world. Early modern period. May 26, 1703 marked the founding of St. Petersburg by Tsar Peter the Great. Built on swampland captured from Sweden, this planned city represented Peter's determination to modernize Russia and establish a window to Europe. The city's construction at enormous human cost, thousands of conscripted laborers died building it, embodied the Tsar's ruthless commitment to transforming Russia into a European power. St. Petersburg would serve as Russia's imperial capital for more than 2 centuries and remains a cultural treasure of world significance. 19th century. In America, May 26, 1864 saw intense fighting during the Civil War as the Battle of North Anna continued in Virginia. Part of General Ulysses S. Grant's overland campaign against Robert E. Lee's Army of Northern Virginia, the battle demonstrated Lee's tactical skill even while ill, but ultimately did not prevent Grant's relentless advance toward Richmond. This engagement illustrated the war of attrition that characterized the final year of the Civil War, with Grant's willingness to accept casualties in pursuit of ultimate victory. May 26, 1896 marks a milestone in cinema history with the first demonstration of the Vitascope in New Orleans. Developed by Thomas Edison's company, this early film projection system helped transform movies from individual viewing devices like the kinetoscope into a communal entertainment experience. This technological innovation laid the groundwork for cinema to become one of the dominant cultural forms of the 20th century, revolutionizing how stories are told and experienced. Early 20th century. On May 26, 1908, the first major oil discovery in the Middle East was made at Masjid-i-Suleiman in present-day Iran. This discovery by the Anglo-Persian Oil Company, later BP, would transform the geopolitical significance of the region and eventually reshape the global economy. The Middle East's vast oil reserves would become crucial to industrial development worldwide and remain a focal point of international tensions and conflicts into the 21st century. May 26, 1917 saw a significant moment in America's path to entering World War I. On this date, the first American troops of the American Expeditionary Forces, commanded by General John J. Pershing, were ordered to deploy to France. Though these initial units were primarily symbolic, they represented the beginning of American military involvement that would eventually include over 2 million soldiers and help decide the outcome of the war, marking America's emergence as a global military power. In 1918, the Democratic Republic of Georgia declared independence from Russia on May 26, following the Russian Revolution and collapse of the Transcaucasian Democratic Federative Republic. This brief period of Georgian independence, it would be forcibly incorporated into the Soviet Union in 1921, represented the complex reorganization of the former Russian Empire's territories and the short-lived opportunity for self-determination that emerged in the chaos following World War I and the Russian Revolution. Mid-20th century. May 26, 1940 marked a pivotal moment in World War II with the beginning of Operation Dynamo, better known as the evacuation of Dunkirk. With Allied forces trapped on the beaches of northern France by advancing German armies, a desperate evacuation began using everything from Royal Navy destroyers to civilian pleasure craft. Over the next 9 days, more than 338,000 Allied troops would be rescued, allowing Britain to continue the fight against Nazi Germany despite the fall of France. This miracle of Dunkirk would become a symbol of British resilience and determination in the face of seemingly overwhelming odds. On May 26, 1948, the National Assembly of South Africa met to begin implementing apartheid policies following the electoral victory of the National Party. This formal beginning of institutionalized racial segregation and discrimination would shape South African society for decades and spark international condemnation and protest. The apartheid system would not be dismantled until the early 1990s, following years of resistance both within South Africa and internationally, led by figures such as Nelson Mandela. In 1966, May 26 saw British Guiana gain independence from the United Kingdom, becoming the nation of Guyana. As the only English-speaking country in South America, Guyana's independence represented the continuing dissolution of the British Empire and the complex post-colonial challenges facing newly independent states navigating Cold War tensions and economic development. Late 20th century. On May 26, 1972, the United States and Soviet Union signed the Anti-Ballistic Missile Treaty during President Richard Nixon's visit to Moscow. This agreement limited strategic missile defenses and aimed to preserve the doctrine of mutually assured destruction, which paradoxically maintained peace by ensuring neither superpower could survive a nuclear war. The treaty represented a significant achievement of Cold War détente, though it would be abandoned by the United States in 2002. In 1991, May 26 marked a significant step toward the dissolution of the Soviet Union when Zviad Gamsakhurdia became the first democratically elected president of Georgia following a referendum on independence. This event was part of the wave of nationalist movements that contributed to the collapse of the Soviet Union later that year, ending the Cold War and fundamentally transforming the international order. Early 21st century. In 2008, May 26 marked the successful landing of NASA's Phoenix Mars lander in the Martian Arctic plains. This ambitious mission confirmed the presence of water ice on Mars and analyzed the planet's soil chemistry, contributing to our understanding of Mars's potential habitability and laying groundwork for future exploration missions that continue to expand our knowledge of the Red Planet. Cultural milestones and birthdays. May 26th is also the birthdate of numerous influential figures throughout history. In 1799, Alexander Pushkin, Russia's greatest poet and the founder of modern Russian literature, was born. Pushkin's works, including Eugene Onegin and Boris Godunov, revolutionized Russian literature by elevating everyday language to the level of literary art and engaging with distinctly Russian themes and history. On May 26, 1907, legendary actor John Wayne was born. Through his iconic roles in westerns and war films, Wayne helped define a particular vision of American masculinity and patriotism that resonated deeply with audiences for decades. Though controversial for some of his political views, Wayne's cultural impact and instantly recognizable screen persona made him one of Hollywood's most enduring stars. On May 26, 1926, Miles Davis, one of the most influential musicians in jazz history, was born. Davis's constantly evolving artistic vision led him from bebop to cool jazz, modal jazz, and jazz fusion, repeatedly transforming the genre throughout his career. Albums like Kind of Blue and Bitches Brew remain landmarks not just in jazz but in American music as a whole, exemplifying his innovative approach and profound influence on multiple generations of musicians. Sports history. Sports have also seen significant moments on May 26. In 1923, the 24 Hours of Le Mans, the world's oldest active endurance race, was held for the first time. This inaugural race, won by André Lagacé and René Léonard, established what would become one of the most prestigious events in motorsport and a crucial testing ground for automotive technology that has influenced the development of production cars worldwide. On May 26, 1959, the Pittsburgh Pirates traded for Roberto Clemente from the Brooklyn Dodgers, a transaction that would alter baseball history. Clemente went on to become one of baseball's greatest players and a humanitarian icon. His tragic death in 1972 while delivering aid to earthquake victims in Nicaragua would lead to his immediate induction into the Baseball Hall of Fame, waiving the usual 5-year waiting period. In 1999, May 26 saw Manchester United complete an unprecedented treble in English soccer by winning the UEFA Champions League, adding to their Premier League title and FA Cup victory that season. With a dramatic 2-1 comeback victory over Bayern Munich in the final moments of the match, United became the first English team to achieve this remarkable feat, cementing their place in soccer history and establishing a standard of excellence that few clubs have matched. Scientific achievement. Science and technology have also seen notable developments on May 26. In 1933, this date marked the first flight of the Boeing 247, an early modern airliner that revolutionized commercial aviation with its all-metal construction, cantilever wing, and retractable landing gear. Though soon surpassed by the Douglas District of Columbia 3, the Boeing 247 represented a crucial step toward the modern era of air travel that would transform global connectivity and shrink distances between continents and cultures. Conclusion. As we've seen, May 26th has been a day of remarkable diversity in human experience, from political transformations and military turning points to cultural landmarks and scientific breakthroughs. The events that have occurred on this date across centuries connect us to our shared human story, reminding us how moments of decision, creativity, conflict, and discovery have shaped the world we inhabit today. Thank you for joining us for this exploration of May 26th throughout history. Tomorrow, we'll be back with our Historical Figures episode where we'll be examining the life and legacy of Queen Victoria, whose birthday coincidentally falls on May 24th, just 2 days before today's date. If you enjoyed this journey through history, please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode. We'd also love to hear your thoughts. Which event from May 26th did you find most fascinating? Let us know in the comments section below. For our members, this Sunday we'll have a special roundup of historical events from the past week with additional insights and analysis. We'll explore connections between current events and the historical patterns we've been examining throughout our daily episodes. Until next time, I'm your guide for History Explained, where we believe that understanding yesterday is the key to navigating tomorrow.